Welcome back to Berry Life, bringing you easy and delicious vegan and vegetarian recipes from around the world. On today's episode, we're making Tofu Udon Noodle Soup with mushrooms and vegetables. It's an umami-packed, warm and comforting bowl of goodness. And for the best part, it comes together in minutes. So let's get started. We'll start by soaking some shiitake mushrooms. When we have extra shiitake mushrooms or any mushrooms, we usually dehydrate them at home. These are really good to have around for soups and stocks. We'll let these soak for 20 minutes while we prepare the rest of the ingredients. What type of mushroom goes best with a jacket potato? Buttons. Next, we have some fresh shimeji mushrooms, both brown and white. We'll cut off the stem and separate them like this. These mushrooms are pretty delicate, so we cut, separate, and gently wash under running water. And the same thing with the white shimeji. For a little bit of heat, we have 2 Thai chilies, or bird's eye chilies. We'll chop these fine. You can leave these in larger pieces if you want to tone down the heat. This recipe is more of a guideline. It's a great way to upcycle your vegetables into a quick, yet healthy and satisfying meal. We also have a couple of these vibrant, long, hot red peppers. These are just a little bit spicier than the mild red bell peppers. For these, we'll go with the diagonal cut. This is more for presentation purposes. It looks nice in the final product, and it's a little bit easier to eat with. As for our greens, we have some bok choy. These will cut off at the base, which makes it easier to separate the leaves. Sometimes there is dirt trapped inside, and this makes it easier to clean them properly. We'll just toss these in a strainer and run them under cold water. We also have some snow peas. We're going to go ahead and snip off the woody ends. They're kind of chewy. We'll just go with a handful, about a cup. And of course, no Asian soup would be complete without some green onions. We're going to use both green and white parts. The white parts are similar to a typical onion. We'll dice them small and cook them in oil to soften. And for the green parts, we'll cut them into inch-long tubes and add them towards the end of cooking. That way they stay crisp and give a nice bite. Today we also have some leftover broccoli, so we'll add these as well by cutting them into florets, which will help bulk up the soup. And for our aromatics, we have some cilantro. Since we're adding it to the soup, we'll add the stems as well. There's a lot of flavor in the stems, and they'll soften in the soup. The stems we'll chop finely, and for the leaves, we'll give them a rough chop. For our protein, we have a block of extra firm tofu. You can use firm or medium firm as well. We avoid the silken tofu for this because it breaks apart too much in the soup. It's great in different places like sundubu, but not here. We'll cut these into bite-sized pieces, about 1 inch across. With that, our mise en place is ready. In a large pot over medium heat, we'll add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. And to it, we'll add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic and 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, along with our Thai chilies and the whites of the green onion. We'll cook this until fragrant. Should take about 60 seconds. This will infuse the oil and build the base flavors. Keep an eye on the temperature. We don't want anything to burn or brown here. Then we'll add our rehydrated shiitake mushrooms, squeezing out the water. Be sure to save this water, there's a lot of flavor in there, which we'll add a little bit later. Mushrooms are available year-round. However, the prices fluctuate quite a bit. When they go on sale, we buy in bulk, and then dehydrate what we don't use right away. Dehydrating is our absolute favorite way of preserving ingredients, and it saves a lot of money. We'll allow the mushroom to cook through and soften a little. Along with the shiitake, we'll also toss in the fresh shimeji mushrooms. We like shimeji mushrooms for this soup because they're bite-sized and shaped similar to noodles. Feel free to make it your own and use your favorite shrooms. I used to not like mushrooms, but over time, they really grew on me. And add some salt and black pepper. The salt will help wick away the moisture and at the same time season them and help the mushrooms firm up. Here we're creating layers upon layers of flavor to create an amazing umami-rich base for the soup. Then we'll add our vegetable broth, 8 cups. You can also use water if you don't have vegetable broth on hand. Our soup base already contains tons of flavor. We'll also add 1 teaspoon of miso paste. Miso paste is a fermented soybean paste, and it makes the soup more hearty and savory. We always keep miso paste in the refrigerator. It's a great way to quickly add a ton of umami flavor to any recipe, and it lasts a long time. We'll also add a tablespoon of dark soy sauce. It helps with the color and adds a hint of sweetness that complements the otherwise savoriness of the soup. Then we'll also add a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce. If you're watching your sodium intake, you'll want to adjust the recipe if your broth already contains salt. And lastly, we'll add the water from our shiitake mushrooms. Don't let that flavor go to waste. Bringing the soup to a boil, we'll add the snow peas, along with the broccoli florets and the red peppers, along with tofu, and allow it to cook for 2 minutes. This should soften the vegetables just a little without overcooking them. The extra firm tofu can have a grainy texture. By boiling it, it will improve the texture, making it a little softer and smoother on the palate. It'll also flavor the tofu, as it will absorb all that great flavor from the soup. Now we'll do a taste test and adjust the seasoning if needed. This is great. Now we can finally add our udon noodles. These are already cooked. We removed them from the freezer and thawed them out a little bit. We're adding them about 30 seconds before turning off the heat. Using a pair of chopsticks, we'll just gently separate them and allow them to heat through. We recommend adding noodles closer to serving, otherwise they tend to get overcooked and soggy. Then we'll turn off the heat. We'll add the bok choy, the greens of the green onions, and fresh cilantro. That's it. Our tofu udon soup is ready. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Be sure to check out our other amazing recipes. And remember to like and share to help spread the love and support this channel. Also, be sure to subscribe for more great content. We upload easy and delicious recipes every week. Now, a bowl for me. This will definitely hit the spot in the cold winter months. It's hearty, flavorful, and comforting. Oh man, this looks amazing. I like to enjoy this soup with some homemade chili crisp, while my wife prefers this sashimi togarashi. It's a Japanese spice blend made with peppers, sesame seeds, orange peels, and more. There you have it, tofu udon noodle soup with vegetables and mushrooms. A delicious taste of Japan in the comfort of your own kitchen. Thank you for watching. Enjoy!